Squash the beef. Episode 11.
Squash the beef.
Shout out to Pepero Day.
What? Oh.
Yes, sir. Actually, today's the 12th. Pepero Day. Explain what Pepero Day is, brother.
Pepero Day is when you shove something in your mouth. It's a Korean snack. It's
yes.
A little stick covered in chocolate.
That sounds really sexual, buddy.
Something what you do on your weekends. And you just eat that shit. You just give it to the person that you like. It's like Valentine's Day.
Yep.
So who'd you give it to, brother?
I didn't give it to anybody.
I thought you gave one to me. Like I saw one in front of my door. I thought it was you.
No, dog. How many pepperos you getting?
Very.
Hey, your students give you a lot of pepperos, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man.
Getting a lot of love. Yeah.
Pepero Day was yesterday. You call it Pepero Days because it's 11 and then 11, so it's like 4 sticks.
Ew. What are you
That's why you call it Pepero Day. Hey, when's White Day again?
What?
There's White Day.
Dude, you're so racist.
No, I'm serious. There's a White Day where
talking about chocolate. Now you're talking about white people.
For Pepero Day, it's the girl. If you're dating, the girl gives the guy the pepero. They're like little chocolate covered like chipsticks.
Sticks. Yes.
And then on White Day, it's the opposite. So the guy has to give the girl the snacks.
Oh, but what does he give
chocolate
her?
Or whatever.
Anything? Chocolate, teddy bears?
Like, like a presents.
So what about on actual Valentine's Day? Because I know Koreans actually celebrate Valentine's Day, don't they?
They usually, like, Valentine's Day is usually they just give it to each other, like give your presents to each other.
Oh, so it's a mutual thing.
Yeah.
And then White Day is when the guy actually
gives the girl. That's why
confesses his love.
Did you give anything on Pepero Day?
To someone?
Yeah.
To Pepero?
Yeah. To your Peperos.
I actually bought some myself because it was on sale, but I had forgotten that it was like Pepero Day.
Oh yeah.
So
you never want to forget that when you get a girlfriend.
Oh,
it's terrible.
Yeah, don't talk like that. But they also have like different flavors, like blueberry.
Yeah,
and,
they do.
Yeah, you don't always have to get that chocolate glaze on your stick.
Ooh, excuse me?
You could get something else there, buddy.
You're nasty.
But just to recap on things, because it is episode 11.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, like, Joe over here.
Oh, me?
He is our recruiting buddy here.
Ooh, what does that mean?
He'll recruit your ass. So he gets like teachers from all over the world to come here to teach. And
yes, I do.
We just figured it'd be good to kind of go over like the steps to take in order to come here.
Yep.
So
today we're gonna try to make it a more informative episode for people who actually are really interested in coming to Korea. Probably if you don't have like a full-time career that you can pursue overseas, like, and you have like a business or you're working for a company back home. And you're like, damn, I wish I could like kind of move to Korea for a year.
Yeah, if you have
take
no
a year off, or if you have
have
obligations back home, then and you can't drop everything.
Oh well, but
but teaching English is obviously like one of the best ways you can make money while like spending a year or more abroad.
And look, if you have like car payments or student loans, you're still able to pay like you're able to transfer money overseas and
you
pay
can.
your bills. That's what I'm doing right now, and that's what you're doing too. As well,
that's
right?
what I'm doing as well.
Yeah, so it's just for the people who want to live or work abroad and experience a new culture.
Yes, sir.
Doesn't have to be Korea. It can be anywhere. We'll just tell you what we know. So yeah.
Yes,
so you want to get started, Joe? So
started.
So what do they do, man? What how do they?
Basically, I mean, you're gonna have a bunch of information on the web. You know, if you really want to try, you're a fresh new graduate from college, university, or you've been working for the last 10 years after college and you want to pursue something new, right? You probably do research online. That's like the first thing that people do. You're going to do like research online and like try to find out like teaching ESL abroad. like in Asia or wherever you want to go, right?
You don't have to pursue the teaching career. You could also do something else, like what we're doing, like the podcasting,
Right.
or some people are working on their masters, like taking online courses.
Yes, sir.
You can still progress in the career that you want to go.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't have to feel like you're stuck doing this teaching thing. This teaching thing is just a good gig because they do provide housing for especially for Korea and Japan. And I'm pretty sure Taiwan and China as well. But yeah, man. And so it's if you want
to take a year off to travel and stuff, and definitely that could be a really good option for people too. I think most people, the way they start, like they really get interested in teaching abroad, like in other countries, especially like Korea, Asia, like the big ones, is that they know people who have done it before, like personally, and that's usually like the best way to get people interested.
Yeah, so whether you're interested yourself or you want to pass this information to, a brother or sister, or a family member, friend who wants to go abroad, then this will be helpful.
Yeah, definitely. So, I mean, the first way you're going to probably start is you're going to look at different recruiting agencies that can help you, right? Like there's some big ones in Korea. There's like, in Korea, you're going to either work for a public school or a private school. Okay, so public schools are like what you're doing, right? It's like, you're actually an English teacher at a public school.
Yeah, and like, what that means is like pretty much I'm like the guest teacher there. And so I would just go into classrooms and just like play games or like do like speaking practice.
Right.
Yeah, mostly speaking practice. You're not teaching any grammatical stuff. You're just working through the book and just kind of giving them the steps. I mean, just like how to pronounce words and stuff.
Yeah,
so.
But you usually have a co-teacher, right? When it comes to like public schools.
Yeah,
so like even if you're teaching elementary.
So you will be co-teaching.
Right.
And what that means is they'll just back you up. Yeah.
Right. Private schools are different because like usually the class sizes are smaller. Public schools are like 30 or more, right, per class.
Yeah, it's around.
You got
30.
like a classroom with 30. Like private schools would be like as small as one, as few as one student to a maximum of like maybe 15. That's a lot, man. 15
really?
students.
There's one though?
Yeah, I've taught a class of one.
Really?
Yeah, and they just managed to like find a schedule for that one kid. You're basically tutoring the kid.
Right.
So the class sizes are a big factor, and also like if you're teaching elementary, you're not gonna have a co-teacher usually. You're gonna have help, but like you're not gonna have somebody in the room with you like the whole time. So like those are like two of the main differences. But there are recruiting agencies for public and private schools. So like if you go on the web and you do your research, like top recruiting agencies in Korea, you're probably gonna run into like the same ones. There are Gone to Korea, Corvia, like Epic. Those are like the main ones for like public schools. And then private schools are Adventure Teaching. There's some other ones too.
Corvia,
Planet ESL. Yeah.
Corvia also works with both.
Yeah,
private
they work with
and
both
public.
Private and public, but I wouldn't trust them too much with private.
Oh, really?
They're more specialized in public.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So you heard some bad shit.
Usually, it's better to specialize in one area because, usually, like then they know the field better. Like we don't work with public schools anymore.
I see.
Because like ESL Korea is like, we've been around for a while now, but like we only work with private schools now because public schools have been kind of dying out. Their like program has been like, especially in Seoul, like they're not as many public school programs anymore. But there's still a lot. I mean, there's enough for the market,
And
like,
those of you who don't know, Joe is actually he's a recruiter for ESL Korea. So you guys can reach him in the description, in the link below, in the description below.
Yes, sir. So I'm a recruiter.
Yeah. So
that's my job.
Ew. But so what do they do, man? So they contact you through what?
All right. So basically, you're gonna like there are main job boards that you're gonna see like job postings, and for most people they're gonna do their research on recruiting companies, try to go into their websites and like, you know, and then like go to their page and like try to like see what kind of jobs are available, or they would go to major job boards like ESLcafe.com is a big one, Wayguk.org is another big one. There's like a few big ones out there, right? So you would go to these job boards and then you would just kind of look through their job postings, and then you're going to do a bunch of research. Everyone who's going to come here, you're going to know like the standard benefits and everything that's offered to you, like the normal work, like working conditions and hours, like age groups and locations, things like that. You're probably going to do all your prior research. And so job boards are going to be how you're going to do most of the like job hunting and like, you know, you're going to see like what kind of jobs are out there. And then if you apply to these jobs, all you got to do is like you either email your resume, some like, you know, your application for a resume, like your, like a photo application. This is kind of weird because like in like our home country, like in America, it's like you never put a picture of yourself in an application.
Yeah, you don't throw in a D pic, or you don't like, throw in a face pic.
Yeah,
but
please don't throw in a D pic though. It's not going to work. Yeah. But you don't usually put a picture of yourself in like, and this is another weird thing, like when you actually, okay, so that's how you apply. Okay, so you're probably going to email the recruiting agency or whoever posted the job board. So on the job board,
they could easily go on Google and just type in like
ESL like Korea. You just type in ESL Korea job board.
Okay,
and literally one of the first like 5 links is probably going to be ESLcafe.com. That's like the major one, run by a person named Dave. Okay, so like he's been around for he's been around for a long time. So his website. You go in, the first thing you see are a bunch of job listings, like everything. But like, you're like so fucking confused.
They have like other jobs too, not just teaching.
No, it's mostly teaching.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's why it's ESL Cafe. But like, it's mostly teaching. So you're gonna just like do research and then try to find and click the ones that you're interested in, and then basically apply. You know, you're gonna need your resume, you're gonna need an application photo, maybe like letters of recommendations, and then the recruiting agency will contact you.
Okay,
that's the fastest way.
So through this job board, they're mostly private school jobs.
No, there are public schools too.
Oh, really? Yeah. Listed there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it'll tell you like public or private. It'll tell you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or you could also go like directly apply through Epic.
Yeah.
Epic is acronym for English Program in Korea.
In Korea, right?
And it's funded through the Ministry of Education.
Yeah.
Right?
So you can either go to these major recruiting agencies that you do your research on, like I said, or you can go to these like job boards and they'll just like have all these job postings for you, and then you just like click the ones that you're interested in, then like apply.
So before they decide, like, what are just like, we can't go over everything, but what are the main differences between a public school and a private school?
Oh, dude, there's like
the pros and cons for
freaking
both.
So many. Okay, well,
just the main ones.
The main ones are public schools. Your hours are always fixed. It's from like 8:40 to 4:40. Your work hours, right? Like same as you, right? Public schools are you work those hours, so you work normal working hours. You know, first of all, and secondly,
but your actual teaching hours are probably going to be around like 22-ish,
and that's always fixed on that, right? Your work hours are like 8:40 to 4:40. But your teaching hours are like a maximum of 22 a week, right?
So you guys are probably wondering, what are you going to do with all this time? Well, that's the time for you to actually lesson plan, or you can like just go on YouTube and search Squash the Beef podcast, and you can just watch our shit.
Hey, what's that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
So there's a lot of office hours in public school, right? So
you get a lot of free time.
You get a lot of free time.
That big perk.
Big perk. Or like for me, when I was an Epic teacher, I was like, shit, I got too much time on my hands. So I was like, I
didn't know what to do with yourself.
Like I need a challenge for myself, which is like one of the reasons I kind of like.
Well, this also opens an opportunity for you to find something that you want to do.
If you want to pursue something else, it's
like online courses, or just searching for something you want to do for your future, your career.
Right.
So you can take that time, or search something like I don't know, like you can even learn Korean if you're interested in, you know, the Korean language.
Yeah. So if you want to really build a career like in like education industry, to be honest, like if you're trying to be in Korea like 5+ years, right? Working in public school for 5 years is not the best way to go, because then, you know, if you're gonna try to make more money by working at a prestigious private school, right?
Right.
And one of the main experiences that they look for is, oh, what kind of private school teaching experiences does he have or she have, right? And so if you don't have any private school experience and you've only been a public school teacher for like the last 5 or plus years, then they're like, oh, but you haven't really been able to manage a class by yourself. Like for you do though. Like you do a lot. You do like most of the heavy lifting in your classes, right?
Yeah.
But a lot of like public schools, they kind of like they're just like a body you just throw in, and then the Korean co-teacher usually does all the heavy lifting. All you got to do is like pronunciate the hard words.
Yeah, or just
stuff.
like host the games that you're playing with the students.
Exactly. So like private schools, they sometimes don't count that as real teaching experience, because you never really manage the class as a real teacher, right? So like,
but going back, like also like I think security for public schools is a big factor, and that's why one of the things that you look out for is like these good private schools, so that you don't send them off to these like, I don't know, like these sketchy hagwons, they call it. Hagwons are private schools. So that's kind of a benefit for the people to go through ESL Korea, right?
Yeah. So, I mean, this is the thing. Public schools like 6-7 years ago was the shit. Meaning everybody wanted, that's when like the Ministry of Education was funding like billions of dollars into this, like, you know, public school epic teaching.
Money.
Right?
Yeah.
Sorry. Excuse me?
It's not about the money, guys.
Yeah. Whatever. Squash the beef. Okay. So, but it kind of died down a lot. Like presidents have changed twice since then, right? Now it was like Lee Myung-bak, and now it's like Park Geun-hye. So,
yeah, whatever.
And now it's not Park Geun-hye, it's Moon Jae-in. So like, you know, like the presidents have changed a few times, and so like the funding for the public school English speaking program has been like, a lot of it has died down. They kind of put the money elsewhere into, you know, the government and to other sectors. So like, public schools now are not as reliable anymore, to be honest with you. Like, you know.
And why do you say that?
Because, okay, well, public schools, a lot of my friends that I started as a public school teacher like 6 years ago. And then some of my friends have been working at that, you know, their same public school for the past 5-6 years. But then all of a sudden, they just got let go because they're like downsizing it and shit, right?
That's
like,
true. That's
but
very true.
you don't really get notice.
Yeah.
Which is like, that's the thing, right? It's not really personalized. So like for public schools, it's not, you don't have like somebody like telling you what's going on, and kind of like with the whole downsizing or financial situations, you usually got to go to them first.
Yeah, you definitely got to find
answers.
out.
Yeah, you got to do all like the information, and you got to find out, redo your research, like what's going on, and you know, why is my pay stub so late?
Yeah, so it's good to like, you know, find a Facebook group or go to a forum to see what's going on, what's going to happen.
Yeah, dog. Yeah.
And Korea's not very good with like with time. You know, they don't do things in a timely manner. So a lot of things will just pop up last minute. Right.
And like a lot of times you don't even know who to go to for like public schools, because like, you know, in a private school, you have a director. You know, if anything, you talk to that director, and then they'll tell you like what's going on, or they'll tell the recruiter, and the recruiter will tell you, right? So like communication is like, you know, it might not be the best in private schools, but you know who to go to in the end, right?
Much faster than
yeah. But in public schools, you can't go to a principal and be like, yo, where's my pay at? You know, like why is my pay like 3 weeks late? Can't, or like why am I being let go? You can't really talk to, because they don't know either. So it's like very like, you don't know who to talk to a lot of times. Like it's kind of wishy-washy a little bit. In that regard.
Well, as far as the pay, the actual like the monthly pay you get, that's like they call it what, 월급?
Yeah.
In Korean?
Yeah, 월급.
Like you'll get that shit.
Yeah.
But as far as like any additional like money you're supposed to receive, you might not get it on time, or it might be like random. So you gotta find that shit out.
Yeah, you gotta do your own research.
And you might wonder what additional shit, like whether you're like working for a second school or even a third school.
Right.
You know, so they will pay you extra for that, but yeah, you might not get it on time. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, so that's true. In the end, it's a really good, positive experience teaching in Korea, whether private, public. It's fun. It's awesome. You get to meet a shit ton of people.
And for private, you get more money, right? Generally,
I mean, it depends.
Just generally.
It depends, man, because a lot of times you're working more hours. Like, if you're teaching like 9 to 6, that's like the normal kindergarten and elementary group of teaching. Because in the morning, you'll teach the kinder kids, and then afternoon, you teach the elementary kids, maybe some middle. So, like, you know, a lot of times if you don't have a lot of experience, your starting pay is going to be like 2.1 million won to 2.3.
What is that? What is that in dollars?
That's like equivalent to like 1,800 to 2,100 US dollars a month. That's strictly just your monthly salary, but
they do pay for accommodation, which is huge,
right? So you don't ever have to pay monthly rent. You just pay utilities and maintenance. And then they pay for like your if you're USA, Canadian, if you're anything else other than South African citizens, which is really unfair, but only South African citizens are not eligible for pension. Every other like citizens, you know, are. So yeah, so you get pension, you get medical insurance, you get an airfare coming to Korea, you know, you get the severance at the end of the contract. So like those things are all included in the package deal as well. But private schools are pretty, you could make more money too if you stay in it and then you continue to build experience. It's definitely, you can make a lot of money if you really like know what you're doing. And also, like, I'll say one thing, which is that by Korean law, quote quote, you're not allowed to like have other jobs while you're teaching. Like, you're not allowed to do that. But honestly, like 99% of people do it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, like schools encourage it too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like, they're like, oh yeah, you can tutor on the weekends. You can tutor after work.
Doesn't matter. You can make extra money on the side.
Yeah, so I'm saying is like, if you really want to make some serious cash, you want to tutor and do some other gigs too. But
and guys, you don't have to like, it's not just Korea. There's also like programs in Japan, like the JET program
is money.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same as Epic, how it works, because like Epic, they just place you anywhere in Korea.
Right.
And the same with JET, they'll place you anywhere. You won't really have much say for the preference, but yeah, it's still, in terms of like all the pros, they're pretty much
it's pretty much the same.
Yeah.
You get housing too, right?
Yeah.
The only China, you don't get housing.
Oh,
a lot of the times you have to get your own. China, Hong Kong, you have to find your own housing, but they obviously pay you more, right? And they're pretty random with their location and stuff. China's fucking huge. So
I mean, you could be like, I don't know.
Yeah. Like
Tibet. Wait, is Tibet in China?
No.
What's Tibet? That's a different. Is that
Tibet's a very...
Oh no, it is. It says a region in China.
Oh.
Yeah, Tibet is a region in China. So if you want to hang out with the monks, maybe you could teach some monks.
Oh wow, Himalayas.
English.
Oh, Tibet.
Oh okay, I see.
Ignorant as fuck.
Shout out to.
I didn't know. I thought Tibet was like.
Anyways,
I thought Tibet was like
Now you're wrong. So and also like Taiwan, you can teach in Taiwan.
Dude, you can teach anywhere in Asia, man. Pretty much. Malaysia.
And some of these recruiting agencies, they work with other countries too, right?
Yeah,
so you just gotta look.
But like I said, it's better for you want to work with recruiting agencies that specialize in one area.
Okay.
I'm just telling you that now because people, you just don't know. Like I could tell you all the good and the bad franchises to work for in private schools. Like, and most of the time I'm right. If I help you get a job, usually you're gonna be like pretty satisfied. You're gonna have a good time.
So you already weaved out all the ones with bad reputation.
Yeah, dog. So like, you know, a lot of teachers, like, they don't have they're like, shit, Joe, don't ever recruit for this school. We're not gonna recruit for that school if we hear that from like multiple sources.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I know enough teachers in Korea and people who worked here that to know like
which
what's
ones are
good
bad,
and what's not.
Yeah.
That's part of the weeding out process.
Yeah. And also like and also Vietnam is another one. Shout out to my friend who's recruiting there, Ninja Teacher.
Yeah.
You guys can check him out on YouTube by typing Ninja Teacher.
Isn't he also a teacher there too?
Yeah, I think he teaches. He's a YouTuber, and he also sells like his shit, his merchandise.
His shit?
Yeah.
In a box?
Yeah, he's a South African dude. Very cool dude. His name is Alex. Yeah.
All right, Alex. Shout out to Alex.
Yeah, so you can check him out there if you're interested in teaching or living in Vietnam. He's got all sorts of videos. Yeah, we'll have the link in the description below. So.
Taiwan, yeah, definitely. That's awesome. Taiwan, Thailand, China, Japan, Vietnam, even Malaysia. Like, there's like, places that people normally don't go to, like Cambodia and shit. You can teach there too.
Cambodia.
Yeah. So like, I mean, I don't know a lot about it, but
I know they have pizza where they sprinkle like marijuana over it.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Where?
My neighbor, they tried it because they're half Cambodian, half Korean. And so like they would go over to Cambodia to visit their relatives, and they told us it's called like Happy Pizza or some shit.
Yeah, I see where the name comes from.
They just sprinkle that shit on pizza, and they just.
But you can eat guess, isn't it? Just better to smoke it?
Hey man,
you're the
I'm not
expert,
an expert.
I don't know.
No, I'm not. But yeah, apparently, yeah, you can eat that dish there.
Ooh,
so
shit,
for you hippies out there, you guys can head on over to Cambodia.
That's my.
So yeah, and also you don't have to teach. You can also like go work at hostels around the world, and if you work for them, then they provide accommodation.
Isn't that what Kathy did too?
Oh yeah, I think so.
She
on episode 7 was it? Yeah. So yeah, we know a bunch of people who did that. So yeah, that's a good way to travel and experience a new country.
Definitely. I mean,
you pretty much just do the desk work. You pick up the phone and you clean shit. Like you do the laundry and whatnot, and kind of like introduce like the place to the folks. So
I know a few people who actually like they would stay at an Asian family's house and kind of be a nanny.
Oh,
that's actually
that's what Kathy did, right?
Yeah,
Kathy was a nanny like a million times.
Everything, dude.
Yeah. She went out of her way.
Yeah, she
shout out
did
to Kathy.
All the stuff like. Like that person would do to make money abroad, like
Yeah, man.
So she did. You can probably ask Kathy a lot about like what kind of opportunities you can have abroad, and she'll tell you all the deets, man.
Yeah,
she has a lot of stuff.
And also you can work for a farm, like what I was telling you earlier.
Yeah, right.
It's called wolfing, like wolf. Like
you just call
I'm sorry. They say wolfing like as a. Yeah, don't do that. But you can just type. I think it's wolfing. With a double. Yeah. There's 2 W's.
Oh God, that's cool.
And wolf, as in like
worldwide opportunities on organic farms.
Yeah, so you're pretty much working at a farm.
Interesting.
And then you're staying at where your host family is staying. Right. And they provide accommodation and they provide meals.
So what's the perk for them? Like they could just they hired a worker?
You're pretty much like working for them.
Oh, okay.
You work up to 6 hours, and that's like by law or whatever through this organization.
Hours, right?
Yeah, up to 6 hours. Yeah, you don't have to work up to 6 hours. Maybe you could work less, but I think in reality you'd be working like 7 hours a day because like there's lunchtime in between or whatever. Sure. That's like an hour. But anyways, that's also a good way to travel. And yeah, even like if you want to like volunteer and shit too, that's also good. Like it's good for your resume.
Link what does that stand for? Liberty North Korea. Link. It's like this organization. I don't know if they have like I don't know if they will let you no in North Korea. Link.
Yeah, don't tell me what to do.
Yeah, it's the second one. Dog.
This one right here.
Yeah, so it's a nonprofit. Yeah, so basically, I mean, it's
Are they North Koreans?
No,
I'm
no.
on the libertyinnorthkorea.org website right now.
They help you.
I see a bunch of Koreans. Are they Koreans? Who are they?
The people closing their eyes.
Yeah. Are you talking about me, motherfucker? Anyways, why refugees? We rescue and work side by side with North Korean refugees because they have emerged as some of the most effective agents of change on this issue.
Yeah, so basically they're just helping North Korean refugees.
Your donation will help more North Korean refugees reach freedom and safety. Oh, these are actually North Koreans then.
Yeah, they're just North
cute.
Korean refugees that have come to, they're living in other countries, America, Korea,
legit.
China. Yeah.
I mean, look at all these sponsors.
Yeah, they have a lot of sponsors.
TED,
so.
BBC, NPR, Los Angeles Times, CNN. That's cool, man.
And
MTV.
they have a very big they have a very, very big branch in Korea, obviously, because we're South Korea. So people volunteer through Link a lot. They'll come here. Even Peace Corps, they would come. Peace Corps is people volunteer and they kind of live abroad for a couple months or up to a year or more. To volunteer and help out with whatever they're tasked to do. So that's also really good if you want to help people. If you have a very genuinely kind-hearted person. If you are,
is that at least 1 or 2 years? I think.
Man, I have friends have done it
less than that.
6 months.
Oh.
But she extended it to 2 years.
Oh, okay.
So you can. I don't know I don't know if it's you have to be. I'm pretty sure you're not going to be committing to 2 years from the start, right? It's not a contract for 2 years, but
Yeah, but I just know that. Yeah. Anyways, some of the benefits are for your taxes, right? You get a tax break, maybe. I don't know.
Right.
Well,
I don't really know exactly what kind of benefits, but
also schooling, is
they
would
big
pay
one.
for that.
Yeah,
shit.
they would pay a lot, for your tuition.
Yeah,
help pay for your college costs. Taxing, yeah, they do. As I remember, they definitely do cut some of the taxes that you pay.
Right.
Tax payments. Although you don't get they provide you with accommodation and all that stuff, but I don't think you get paid though. It's just a volunteer. It's nonprofit. So that's a big option as well.
Yeah. So student loan benefits, travel benefits, medical and dental benefits.
Yeah, traveling costs, and I think that's really cool, especially if
graduate school benefits.
Yeah, dude. It's definitely
good on your resume too.
It's
man.
good.
You're helping.
Good. Yeah. It's always
doing something better for the world. So.
It's always good, man. So, yeah, those are some of the things that we can do. But going back to teaching and stuff.
Yeah. So let's dive into that. So what are okay. So for those of you who are currently students, what should they do? What
do you mean? If you haven't graduated college yet?
Yeah. They haven't completed their bachelor's degree yet,
right.
but they want to. They're in their final year or whatever.
Let me just get this out of the way. Okay.
Holy shit!
Fuck! I have so much.
Jesus Christ!
Some people, they get really angry at agencies because they're
I thought you said Asians.
Oh no! At agencies, I'm pretty sure that people are angry at Asians. I don't know. Whatever floats your boat. But for example, they would apply right to me, and they'd be like, "Yo, this is my resume. I haven't graduated college yet. Still in the process of getting my bachelor's, but I want to come this year." I'm like, "No, you can't." And they're like, "Yo, why are you so fucking discriminatory? Why are you being why are you discriminating? Just you think I'm dumb? You think I'm dumb, right? Because I didn't graduate?" I'm like, dude, that has nothing to do with.
No way.
Yo, I had people rage.
But one person or there's been a handful?
There's been a list.
What the fuck?
A hit list.
What the fuck? Why?
Some people are really angry, man. And I got some really, it's not our decision. It's the Korean immigration, the Korean government has, stipulated that you need a college degree. You need a bachelor's degree in order to get your fucking visa. It's not like we're the ones we want you to come in. We need your assistance to make money, right?
Yeah.
We need you to come in.
Yeah.
It's, you know what I'm saying? So like,
But what about through Epic? Epic, I think for
Talk, there is a program called Talk, right? I forget the acronym, what it stands for. Talk is one of the, it's probably, I don't know if there are other ones than Talk. Talk is like the only organization I know. They basically, they're a government funded program, like, you know, as well. Basically, while you're in school, like you haven't obtained your 4-year degree, your bachelor's, right?
Oh,
but
fuck. Sorry.
you can come in to Korea, get a job, and work while you're a student for a year. The program is for oh shit, actually, is it 6 months? Yeah, so eligibility, enrolled in a bachelor's program, you gotta be actually in college, in school, and I believe the contract is for 6 months. Basically, it's the same thing as Epic, as you know, same thing as if you graduated with a bachelor's and then you're coming here to teach, but you're only teaching like 15 hours. So you're a part-time teacher in Korea,
and
so your
says
salary is
here,
like
after school classes.
Yeah. So it's only like 15 hours a week. You know, you're not like teaching a lot, but you're gaining that experience, and also you can travel and do that stuff too. So that's also a really good program for people who want to come here, but they haven't graduated.
Okay, so these people, they were like getting angry at you, like they were,
which ones, dog? God,
Jesus Christ! Like, are they mostly from the States? Like, where?
I have people like
all over the
world. I have
world.
people lashed at me like for several
different.
different.
Where are they from? You want to point that
America.
out? America,
fucking America. America is where all the anger is at, man.
Jesus Christ,
some angry motherfuckers.
Oh my God!
I've had people like I've had this one dude. God damn, I interviewed him, and then like I was like, okay, we'll try to help you find a job. He's like a 40-year-old dude, right? He's been teaching all over the world.
Okay.
And Korea, it's like if you're a 40-year-old man and you're bald and you don't look very nice.
Okay, so explain that part a little bit more.
Basically, Koreans are very, very heavy on image.
Yeah.
Like a teacher's image, right? Because especially for private schools, who's paying the money for their kids' education in private schools? The parents. The parents are gonna wanna, see what kind of person you are. And if you're like a teacher that looks like a gorilla and has a scar on your fucking face, and you look like you're ready to eat the kids alive, they're not gonna want to send their kids there. That's just a matter of fact, right?
Yeah.
They're paying the money. Yeah. So
if you're born white and you look like Ryan Gosling,
God damn, see,
then
that's
you're
the thing.
good to go.
That's the thing, though, right? If you're in this English teaching industry, and your physical attributes are somewhat, on the better scale, like if you're handsome or you're really beautiful,
just kind of look
and
the
you're
part.
blonde, that's what they see on TV, and that's the kind of like attractive people that like they want teaching their kids.
Yeah.
And
so those of you who are Caucasian, you're already halfway there.
Yeah. That's the truth, okay?
Yeah.
Like, so basically, I mean, I've had this one guy, he was like a 40-year-old dude, bald man. I don't care about that, right? It's like, it's okay. He didn't look the friendliest. So I talked to directors like, hey, listen, we have a guy, he's had 10 years of experience. I think you should try to, interview him and see what kind of, if you would like to work there or not, right? So they were like, no, nobody wanted to interview him. Nobody even wanted to give him a shot.
Yeah, because of his age
and like his
shiny
face
head.
And like he didn't look friendly. I'm telling y'all, for folks who are trying to teach her, when they ask you to send a picture of yourself, don't fucking send a stupid picture. Like this dude took a picture of a bug in his head, like because he was at a zoo and there's a giant caterpillar on his fucking head, and he's like doing this like weird like funny pose because he was trying to look goofy and funny. I guess like he thought it was gonna work. Yeah, that does not work. Please.
So would you say more of a semi-formal,
or like, at least a picture that you look like a friendly person? Yeah. You don't have to be white, okay? You don't have to be, right? You don't have to be like a freaking Ryan Gosling, Scarlett Johansson type of person, right? You just be a normal dude.
Shout out to Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah. Just be a normal dude or girl have a normal picture that's like, you know, how you would dress and look in a normal interview.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, please.
Yeah.
Like, it's so mind-boggling to me. What kind of pictures,
has anyone sent you pictures of them like out in the clubs? Like,
yo, I have. Yeah.
What?
I've had guys with drinks in their hands, and like this guy's clearly drunk.
Like at a bar.
At a bar, his face is red. He's with his boys, like, you know, doing, you know, kind of hugging, and then like he had spilled like vodka or some disgusting shit on his shirt. So he was drunk, right?
Yeah.
And that's like the picture he sent.
Hey guys,
I was like, just fucking A.
Yeah. So guys,
Take
just
it
don't
seriously,
be
you know what I'm saying?
don't be fucking stupid.
Yeah,
All right. That's the point. So all right, moving on. All right. So those that have graduated now. Okay. So what else do they need, like, in terms of documents?
All right. Well,
so they need the passport, right? They need that passport that's valid for the year that they're
right.
Be,
so you need a valid
duration,
passport.
right?
Duration needs to be more than a year, preferably, right? At least 13 months. And yeah, you just need if you're in America, it's FBI. If it's South Africa, South African police. And then every country has a different national police.
Okay, so what you're talking about is for the criminal background check?
So you need a criminal background check, a national level criminal background check from whatever country you're from.
So there's basically 2 steps to this process, right?
Yeah.
You can either go to your local police office, or you could go online to the actually the FBI website, right?
Please don't go to your local police station. Actually, you do that only if... Okay, don't even worry about that. Okay, you gotta go through the National Police.
The fuck is this? I'm sorry.
Force, their website. Apply on the web. Okay,
I've went to the local police station.
Yeah,
before.
just be careful. Some people, they get like their state level police clearance, which will not work. You need a national level. The reason I'm saying don't go to a local police, yes, it works, but some people, they just don't get the right one. You got to get a national level police clearance.
Okay, so what I'm saying is
check.
I went to the local police station. I got my shit done, my fingerprints done. And then I waited for them to, I think they sent me they mailed me my documents.
They mail you your documents.
And then I'm supposed to get that, what is it? What is that word? Apostille?
Yeah, so basically, there are government agencies now or private agencies called channelers. And what they do is they're in a lot of countries now. So a while ago, they didn't, like, basically you had to get your fingerprints done at a fingerprinting center or a local police station and then get it sent off to the FBI department and they'll send you your background check, right? That shit takes it could take 3 months.
Yeah, so sending your fingerprints to the FBI, that takes the longest out of all these documents. Would you say so?
I would say the process of them processing the actual background check takes the longest.
Right.
The actual processing of your fingerprinting and your application form, that takes it differs from country to country, but America and South Africa takes by far longest.
Yeah, for that process takes a long time. So if you guys want to, if you plan on teaching here, you guys got to get that in quick.
So what I'm saying,
there
are channeling companies
before
what
deadline.
They do is they will expedite the whole process, so it doesn't take 13 months. They can get it within 2 weeks. So there are channeling companies that you can work with too. In South Africa, one of the major ones is called Doc Assist. Their website is you just type in docassist.com. For America, there's 10 of them. There's 10 really good ones. Accurate biometrics, nationalbackgroundcheck.com, FBI report. Those are some of the major ones. So you want to go through a channeling company. They are more expensive.
And guys, we're not going to list
fast.
this all down in the description. You can easily just go on the FBI.gov website and they have it all here. There's literally, it says there's
government
I'm reading
approved,
this right here. List of FBI approved channelers.
Yes.
So they have all the websites here for you to go to, and that is probably the easiest and the fastest method to get your criminal background check done, right?
Yeah, if you're on a budget, don't come in until later. Until you just want to get it normally, And
you're gonna look to spend around $100, maybe. I'm not sure. I don't even remember.
The
channelers.
No, a little more than that, because you got their apostles and stuff, and a lot of times the one channeling company that did your background check, they don't do the apostling as well. So they would refer you to another apostling company, which you need to pay extra money. So it's like it'll actually come out to like $300-400 for all of them.
Shit. Yeah,
That's if you get it in a span within like 3 weeks though. So it's money or time. Like which one are you gonna spend on, right? So
yeah. Okay,
so those
moving
are the main
on
ones.
to the next one. Okay, so your bachelor's degree.
yes, sir.
Ew! Don't roll your R's. So yeah, man. So what can they do to? They need to get it. What's the first thing they have to
Notarized?
do? Yeah, they have to get it notarized. And where can they go to get it notarized, Mr. Kim?
Both of the background check and degree needs to be notarized in apostille. Okay, so. Getting it notarized, you can go to any public notary. Even your college, your university will do it for you. Go to a bank, they have a notary. Like, so those are like the three main ones. Okay, lawyers can notarize your shit too.
And I believe travel agencies can do that as well.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
Yeah, I might be wrong, but
ooh, what the fuck was that?
We're gonna talk after this. Okay, so you gotta get it notarized, and then you gotta get it apostilled. So where do they send it to get it apostilled?
Same thing as the channeling company I was talking about. So I mean, in America, in South Africa, you can use channeling companies. Okay. Every country is different. If you're in the UK or Ireland, you will get it notarized by a soliciting company or a lawyer that can solicit your documents and notarize them. They will also be able to send them to an apostilling company, so they can do it for you.
Oh, okay.
So UK, Irish people, it's pretty simple. It's pretty easy. Just make sure for UK and Irish, fucking A, man. Some solicitors suck. They take forever. It's literally a stamp or a signature. For God's sake, it takes like 3 weeks sometimes. I'm like, you got to use a right soliciting company. Yeah.
And for those who want to do it directly, can't they just send it to the State Department or something to get it apostilled? Like, let's say they get it. No, for the states, U.S.
Oh,
yeah. So they get their shit like notarized.
Yes, you can.
And then
the
next step, they would have to send it to
That's
the State
thing.
Department, right?
That's the thing. The State Department. Okay, so if you're in America, right, the background check for the FBI background check, you got to send it and get it notarized by the U.S. Department of State in Washington, D.C. You can't get it anywhere else. You don't apostille your background check in your home state. But that shit, sometimes they will hold on to it for weeks and tell you that it's going through a screening process.
Yeah.
But in actuality, they're just lazy as a fluke.
They're just backed up.
Backed up. Yeah. And then they'll just keep that.
And pretty much like when we say like apostille, it just means like just making sure that it's the real thing, right? It's like certifying
that it is a real true document and not a fake one.
A fraud. Yeah. So do they send a separate like piece of paper along with when you get an apostille? You should get a separate like piece of paper that's attached to your documents, right?
That's what it is. An apostille is it's literally a piece of paper. It's
yeah.
It's a document stapled onto whatever you're
pretty much
you're certifying as a real thing.
So pretty much do all that bullshit and you're clear.
You're
and
fucking
honestly,
straight.
yeah, and the rest is very easy. Like your transcripts, we gotta kind of hurry up here. We got like 10, 15 minutes.
Jesus,
so yeah,
man.
we a sealed set of transcripts.
You don't need that. Maybe for public schools, you do.
So for Epic, the public schools we're talking about, you do need the sealed set of transcripts, and I think that same goes for JET, the program in Japan.
Right.
So if you open that shit, then you're fucking stupid. Let's see, and also letters of recommendations. You need 2 of them, and that's for public schools only. For private schools, you don't need them.
You don't need letter of recommendations, or you don't need transcripts.
Okay. And also there is the TESOL or TEFL or CELTA certificate that is optional, but it will bump up your pay.
That's for public schools.
Oh, that's for public school?
You don't need that for a private. And honestly, private schools, they will be like, nah, this doesn't count.
Oh, shit. Okay.
You got to be teaching in a classroom. That's the only experience that they would really count.
Yeah, so to obtain these certificates, there's actually real in-class courses for this. But, you know, if you don't have time like I did it online. And it's probably, I mean, it's kind of, just think of it as an investment. I think you'll be looking to spend around $300.
I would definitely do it. Yeah.
Yeah. And anyways, it bumps up your pay, and yeah, it's fairly easy if you're a native English speaker. So you're straight. Just get that completed. It shouldn't take you more than like 2 months. I mean, yeah. Anyways, you should get a copy of the certificate.
Yes, sir.
Always make a copy for yourself and follow the damn checklist that they provide on the website. And I'm talking about EPIC, for public schools in Korea. And the last one, if you have any teaching experience, you should have a proof of that, some sort of official document. Or if you are a teacher already, you should have a copy of your teacher certificate and just hand that shit in. I think that's... Oh, yeah. Also, if you want to apply to Seoul, there is a different document, different document, separate form that you got to fill out to request to be in Seoul, because EPIC covers everything besides Seoul in terms of location. Mm-hmm. So if you want Seoul, then yeah, you got to apply for
Seoul
that shit.
Is so competitive,
it's gonna be hard. You're probably not gonna get in, to be honest. So just hope for Gyeonggi-do, which is the suburbs of Seoul, which we're at right now.
Which is better to live in, actually.
Yeah, if you like space, you like the suburbs.
The air is better.
There's just way too much fucking people.
The air is better.
Well, the air's not so good here, so you're in for a fucking ride if you're coming to China or Korea. But Japan, clear as fuck. Yeah, you're straight.
Japan is
or
awesome.
Taiwan. Yeah, air's good.
Singapore, the Philippines. I heard it's really nice too, right?
Oh, Philippines.
You told me Philippines is like the America of Asia.
Yeah, they're like fucking. They're
westernized, right?
Yeah, they are. Before I get into that, I forgot to mention for the F4 visas, like myself.
Oh yeah,
right. Mm-hmm. So you guys will all probably get the E2 visa, but for Korean Americans, Korean descendants,
yes.
right? Yeah, you're gonna have to apply for. I mean, you don't have to, but if you don't want any like restrictions in terms of like what you can do in Korea, like having another job or because pretty much E2 is you're sponsored by the school, right? Mm-hmm. So basically what that means is like if the school lets you go, then you're fooked. Yeah, you gotta go. Yeah. You got to go. But if you have an F4, then you're able to stay here as long as your visa says. Mm-hmm. And you pretty much can do anything what a normal Korean citizen can do, except for voting, which I don't give a fuck about. So so you gotta check that out if you are Korean American. If you're looking for the F4 visa, you gotta just see what you got to do. Go to your local embassy or consulate, whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you can be like a half Korean person, like your mom is Korean or your dad is Korean, and that you can also get the F4. So a lot of halfies,
hybrids. But but I think your father. It really counts on if your father is Korean.
Yeah,
that's. I think that's what they said. I might be wrong. You guys have to fucking check for yourself.
No,
call them.
That's not always right. Because I just recently we hired a girl. We helped a girl. Her mom is Korean and her father is American, but she got the F4. There's different rules too. I'm not exactly sure about it.
Yeah, it depends on which embassy you go to. It's not always so fixed. But anyways, like in my case, right? Like my parents came in the 80s, right? Mm-hmm. So like they were like my dad was 17 years old when he came to the States, right?
Dude,
he has no idea where these documents are to prove when he got when he was naturalized, those documents, because that's like what his dad did. My grandfather,
that's a long time ago, man.
And my G dad is like, he's up in heaven. I don't know.
Oh God,
you know what I mean? Yeah. So he long gone. So we don't know where that fucking paper is. You know what I'm saying? And my grandma, she's senile, so like we don't know. Like we're not able to, communicate with her. So we were a special case. So when I had to apply for my F4, basically they were like, no, we need to see that paper. And we're like, and my dad's like, how many times do I have to tell you this? Like, I don't know where that paper is. Like my dad took care of that. Like, I don't know anything.
Shite.
So they were basically telling us to contact a family member in Korea to prove that they once resided in Korea. Yeah, in Korea.
So how do you say that proof?
It's
yes,
called. It's
he
called,
lived here. Like
basically, we had to get a family member to go to like some local office, and they have a
호적.
That's what it's called. What is it? One more time.
호적.
Okay, that's like family registry.
Yeah. So
we
family
had to,
tree registry. That's
we
what
had
it
to
is.
get that, and you know me.
Yeah.
Joe knows me, but like we don't have like any family here.
Right.
My dad was like, I don't. He's like, who am I gonna call?
Yeah,
he literally said that to them at the embassy.
Yeah.
Like, who am I gonna call? Like, we don't have family there.
Right.
And they're like, oh no, you have to do it, and like. But
so what'd you do? What'd you do?
Basically, we were in a fucking pickle. So we went there many times. We talked to them, and basically they gave us a pass, man. They were like, they kind of understood our situation. They're like, fuck, man, these guys like, because my dad was getting fucking angry. You know, I mean, you don't know my dad, but like, yeah, he's kind of got a short temper. So he was like, what the fuck is this?
Damn.
Yeah. So they're like, okay, like, you know what? Like, we're gonna give you a pass. So like, pretty much you have
to don't kill us, please.
Yeah. Basically, you got to make sure you're on your father's side, at least, from what they told us, you got to renunciate, which means to surrender your Korean, their Korean, citizenship or whatever. So that's what my dad had to do. He didn't know whether it was if he still had it or not, because he was too young. Like, he didn't take care of that. So it was just recently he renunciated his Korean citizenship because of me. And so like he didn't know, but it's just a small little it's a simple form that he's supposed to fill out. Maybe he has to get his naturalization form that he requested for a new one. You gotta just anyways, that's pretty much the process. And
that's better than me, man. Like, fucking A for me.
Holy fuck.
I was like, yo, I'm gonna apply for my F4 because like I'm Korean. So I went to the embassy in New York. They're like, nah, dog, you are Korean. I was like, yeah, as you can tell, I'm fucking Korean. Like, but I'm American, so I need my F4. They're like, no, you don't understand. You're a Korean citizen.
Wow.
I was like, I've never been to Korea before.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I only went. I was like for like a month when I was in 4th grade.
Yeah,
like, dude, I was born in America, raised in America. I don't know.
So you're that dual.
So I was holder. A dual from. I didn't even, no choice in that. You know, everyone's like, "Oh, you're so lucky." I'm like, no.
You're so lucky.
Because then, like, I'm always like, shit, I might have to go to the army, and like, there's a lot of tricky shit with that.
Yeah, for you Korean Americans, be careful with that. So
they
you gotta
will
make sure.
Knock on your door and tell you need to go to. They'll take you.
They'll drag your
I'm serious.
ass.
That happened to my friend.
They'll drag your ass to DMZ and they'll kick you over the borders so you can fight the North Koreans.
For yourself. No. But like, it's an age thing too. If your age is between like my age and then you got to be like from 1988 to 1985 or something like that. If your age is between that in that range, then you gotta. You're a natural citizen. So like both of my parents had to renunciate their Korean citizenship.
Oh shit.
For me to obtain my full Korean ID.
Damn.
So now all my family members are like foreigners. They're all Americans except for me.
Oh, that is strange.
Yeah.
Wow. Look at you. He's so special.
I might have to go to the army.
Oh shit.
You ready?
Dude, you can take on like
Come
10
out.
you could take on like all of them, man. Look at your body.
Ooh, what?
Yeah, man. You're like the
Body. That's a really weird way.
you're like twice the size of them, man.
Whoa. Man, nah.
They're like dying of malnutrition, and
we're
you're
talking
like
about South Koreans, right?
You're like dying of like overnutrition. That protein
I
shake.
love these word choices. Over nutrition. Jesus Christ.
All right, man. I think it's time to wrap
So
it
gotta
all.
wrap it up.
It's time to
Wrap it up.
And any last words for our peoples?
Yo, if you want to, like, because we wanted to just try it out, Brian talked about, like, hey, I think it'll be good to introduce, like, for people, for viewers out there who want to potentially come to Korea. If you have more questions about this and, like, you want more help, I mean, you don't need to use our agency, like, you know, but you can ask me whatever, like, you know, but just tell your friends about us and, you know, squash the beef.
Yeah, so they can,
can
email
answer-
you
yeah, you
at
can
ESL. What is it?
Oh, well, you can email me at ESL, I'm sorry, Joe at ESLKorea.kr.
Okay, and we'll have that in the description.
In the description below, and that would help you answer any questions and concerns. Like, some people are like, shit, it's getting tense with North Korea. Is it a good time to come? It's always a good time to come. I'll tell you that. That's why we're here. I can answer questions like that. So,
All right. All right, man. Well, guys, thanks for listening. Thanks for tuning in. Our new audience, yeah, man, the people who have stuck with us from
we have how many
Episode
downloads
1.
now? Like, for the past 2 months, we
the-
got over 500 downloads on iTunes.
I
right?
think so. Yeah.
Over 500,
I
man.
mean, look, we're still small compared to
Yeah.
all those other people's.
We're just
but
grateful,
hey,
man.
we're really, really like happy, man. We're very thankful that you guys are tuning in all the time. I know this one's late because we had a small issue, but yeah, we're always gonna get an episode out by Sunday, right?
Yeah.
Sunday Korean Standard Time. So yeah,
Yes.
so keep looking out for us. We're trying to make this podcast even better and more helpful, or make your
In every
day
way
go
possible.
by better, right?
Definitely. So yeah, I think we're gonna wrap it up for today.
Yeah, so you can always search us on YouTube by typing STBeef or Squash the Beef, or on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play Music, all that jazz. You can always download it. I personally download my shit before I go out because I don't want to use my data. I'm not a heavy data user. So when I'm on the bus, I can listen to that shit. Once I'm done, delete it. It's all good.
Yes, sir. That's how it goes.
All right, guys. You can. Also, you can follow us on Facebook. We have a page on Facebook,
Right.
so make sure to check that out. We always put out updates on our latest episodes. And,
Our website is www.stbeef00.com.
Yeah.
So
Is it down?
Is it? Huh?
It might be
it's,
down.
No, it's up.
Oh, it's up.
It's up.
Like your D. Okay, so you can check us out there. So. Yeah, that's it, right?
All right, that's a wrap for today.
All right.
Stay tuned for next week.
Yeah.
We'll see y'all later.
All right. Peace.
Cheers.